All right, so it's Vic Camp here, and we're down in South Jersey, very close to the Pennsylvania line, and we're here at Mike's place getting ready for a little pinball gathering. And as you can see already, Mike has a really nice room. It's actually two rooms. And he has it decorated really nice with these vintage, these older neons. And there's the other room. Kind of split the basement here. And you may remember Mike from another video that I did over Mike's dad's house, whose name is Mark. So if you haven't seen that video, you can go to Mike and Mark's collection in New Jersey and look it up on my YouTube page and see all the games down there that they have at their dad's, he has at his dad's house. So it's just a wonderful setup down here. Lots of room in this split room here. Very nice bar, nice sized bar with some stools here. Floor's all finished. Beautiful hi-hats. It's a wonderful space down here to have. So let's just take a walk through this archway here, which is really isn't that high, but I tell you, having the basement real tight like this is nice. The games look really beautiful in it. All right, so we'll start over here with this Seaberg. This is similar to the KD 200 Seaberg, but wonderful, wonderful jukebox. Okay, so we're almost ready to roll here. We have our man of the day and our host, Mike, with us now. And so once Mike gets back down, we're going to try to open up and light it up a little bit so you can see. You saw it with the lights off. So Mike, tell us a little something about how you took some games from your dad's house, and I know you have a lot of games down there. How many games do you have down there now?
So in total, there's like 40, let's say 40.
40 games down at your dad's house.
Plus
and
or minus one.
So
there's 10 here. So there's 30 down at his house, 30, 32 probably.
So you now have the largest collection in New Jersey. You overturned me. I used to be the largest collector of games. I had 43 all the time in my collection at one time, and now since I have been thinning out the herd, and I've lost my spot at the #1 part of the hobby in New Jersey, having the largest collection, but I don't mind because you're a great asset to the hobby, Mike. I'm proud of you that you're #1 now. Maybe I'm #2 with 30 games because I'm down to 30. So that's just a little tidbit between Mike and I. We known each other for a while, but I want to make it clear that I think he has the biggest collection now in New Jersey. All right, so my question now is how did you figure out of your 40 games, 30 games, your 10 here and 40 games,
Yeah, 40,
what
40
games to bring here? So let's start with the hit the deck. We're going to walk over here and take a peek at this hit the deck, which is in astronomical condition.
So, as you can see from your little tour around here. They're all the late 70s big cabinet wedge heads. Minus one is the 2-player. That's an experiment. What started these specific games here was Jack's Open. Is actually Jen's favorite game.
That's always good when the wife has a favorite game.
So that one had to come over, so then that made the other ones follow suit to make it all look.
I like all the big cabinets. That's a great idea. I have not that many left big cabinets, but I always wanted to organize the big cabinets together, so it's a wonderful setup. Congratulations on getting that done.
So hit the deck. I've had a couple of these machines. So my first one was in nice condition. This one's in way better condition. I got this from another collector in South Jersey who, fun little tidbit, he got it from, so it's home use only.
Home use only, hit the
But
deck.
There's an asterisk next to that. It came from a funeral home.
Okay.
So he told me the story was the funeral director wanted a machine that he could play and his workers could play, in between doing what they do. And so it never had a coin mech in it. I put a coin mech in it just to make it look, normal. But yeah, home use only.
That's fabulous to hear. I mean, I live for home use only games, but they're hard to find. You don't really get that many when you're collecting, especially a lot of them have been gobbled up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Buccaneer was one of the last wedge heads of the late 70s that I got. You have your lists. Everyone wants drop target games. Got all of those, and then this beautiful Buccaneer came up for sale from a gentleman out in central PA, and it's all original, and I saw that backlash and said, yep, I'll buy it. And actually, it's a pretty good player too. It's fun to hit the spinner and get the numbers that way. And then it's really fun to backhand the specials and go up and down.
I hear you. That's a real treat when you get a backhand and win a free game on a special. I mean, I played Buccaneer and I like the game. I like the setup, and this is absolutely stunning. Stunning. Okay, so we're going to spin around here and continue on. Look at that. I love that Miller High Life sign.
Yeah, I got that from Nick.
And we're going to feast on this Jack's Open, which I have it in a video, Mike's other video with his dad. Mm-hmm. And but right now, cabinet's exposed, which is going to make this game really nice to go over.
Also, I had to put this machine in this location. Was told I need to put this machine in this, because of the cabinet and everything like that.
That's okay.
Which was I
You gotta
I
like that.
I enjoyed that. I did not vote against it. But this is the third Jack's Open I've had. Once again, low played, original, just about mid backlash. Playfield is very, very nice. Second to probably only one that I know of. But such a great game.
Which one's that? There are some nice Jack's Opens out there. I know. Mine,
beautiful game.
Mine definitely was
Such a fun player.
never on route. This is just like he said, this is a fun player. I mean, when you get a chance to play for 2 jacks, 3 queens, a full house, and a straight flush, and the game can communicate with you and add that all up for you when you're shooting that. It's just a wonderful card theme game by Gottlieb, and probably very sought after from a lot of wedge heads collectors. So this is such a treat now that Mike has his own home to put the games in, and like he said, he brought 10 over, and he's going to let you know why these 10 are special to him.
One day we'll expand, but not yet. Centigrade 37, great game. Always wanted one in the collection. This is the third centigrade that I've had.
Third centigrade, 3 jacks opens. This guy collects, man.
The first one, really nice condition. Found the second one. My brother really enjoyed centigrade, so I sold him that one. And then came across this one. And just about, again, perfect mint backlash, original, beautiful original playfield. Once again, fun, late 70s drop target game.
Yes,
Love the animation in the back box of the
I
thermometer.
agree. I agree. Centigrade has a great sequence that the player has to complete here. This is a later, I guess, 77. Do you know what's it say on that back
I
glass,
believe
Mike?
77. 77, correct.
Right, 77. By that time, Gottlieb was trying to, probably heard me say this before, make the games a little more player-friendly for the player and not for the operator. They were losing ground towards the end of the 70s with the video games wiping out pinball. But yeah, third game here, centigrade, beautiful. Third one for him. This is a gorgeous game and a great player. Like I said, if you watch my centigrade gameplay video, you'll understand what to do to make the sequence and win some free games. I know, we're in home use, nobody wants to win free games, but I do. Oh, we have the golden arrow here from,
Next up, golden arrow, yeah.
that was brought over from Dad's
Yeah,
house.
that's over at Dad's house.
This game is breathtaking.
This game, so this is the third golden arrow I've had. I know there's a pattern.
That's okay.
There's a pattern here.
I've had 4 Central Parks. I could go on the
Yeah.
list.
Well, so I mean, from the first two, it's the same story. You find one, it's in really nice shape, and then you find another one. There might be a better back glass. You know, you make a better original game. But then this game was beautiful. Came from a very special location, and it's here to stay. But yeah,
Wow.
perfect, just mint original backlash and playfield, low played game. There was one modification that I did to it. I took from my other previous golden arrows. Not the most politically correct thing, but I enjoy the fact that there's a Susan B. Anthony coin mech. So I had to get Sacagawea coins that I got from the train.
And 5 plays.
And 5 plays, so we're at 2 right now. That goes up to 7.
And there you go. Gets a great upgrade. I
Love
really
it.
like that. Doesn't
Right.
spoil the party.
No,
I have a
it's just-
Susan B. Anthony machine in my collection that I use the Susan B. Anthony.
It's just fitting.
It's just, I tell you, the colors on this game pop. I always loved the colors. They're so
I love the orange. Yeah,
Noticeable.
orange is one of my favorite colors. in
phenomenal
general.
player too. Great player. I mean, you're gonna try to. Not easy to do. Okay, so we're over here now, Mike.
Volley, love Volley. One of my favorite games. Such a good drop target game. It's simple. You just smash drop targets and try and get the lanes at the top to light the pump bumpers and increase the score. Very, it's more sought after now, but it was underrated at one point.
That is correct. Another beautiful game.
Beautiful original game.
Original condition. I'm sure
I think I've
low
also,
played.
I also had 3 of these, I think.
3 volleys. Okay, that's okay.
Uh-huh.
I got multiples of games too. It takes time to listen.
Right.
This isn't an ordinary collection here. I have to tell everybody, you probably know already from my other videos of other people's collections. These are condition games that it takes years to get.
Right, so like my dad started the hobby in 2000, 99, 2000. And I was just a little kid then. Found a fixation with the machines, loved playing with my dad, fixed them with my dad, and he created a monster.
That's what I always hope for.
Yeah.
The younger generation
I love it.
getting to love these games because, you know, the pinball hobby now, when no one's putting it down, but it's basically just the new games. And the older games, the EM games like this, there's still a lot of collectors around, and especially in our area, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. But to get a collection like this of high grade, top of the line, condition games that play flawless, play factory new, it's not easy and it takes time, like Mike's been explaining to you. But there's, you know, always good words to be said about that.
So with the late 70s games, there's obviously the rare factor with all these machines. These next two, and the big hit later you'll see, I got these from a gentleman named Dave out in PA, good friend in the hobby. He had these machines at specific times in his collection, and I bought a couple games from him, and he offered these to me, and I didn't blink.
Oh man, the Blue Note to me is just...
It's such a fun game.
Look at this sideline here of stand-up targets with the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do thing. It's just
Yeah,
such a sweet game.
Blue
Go ahead,
Note
Mike.
was the, I want to say, it had a couple of things that were starting to push the pinball world. It has a skill shot that's lit right now, so when you start your ball, the green light is lit. So if you get the B, for instance, you get 10,000 points. If you hit any other point, the green light goes away. So it's only for a skill shot plunge. So that's one thing this game had. The other thing this game has, the flippers, you'll notice, are offset. They were designed like that. They were trying to get a little creative. It actually creates for more magic saves, in my opinion. But not... it's fun to play. It's different. What I love about this game, though, love the pop-uppers and, you know, rattling around. But when you get all the notes out and special lights, every contact and point will rotate a lit special note. And when you complete the note and you get the special, it resets the whole sequence, and you got to do it again. So it's challenging.
Fantastic.
Similar to how challenging volley is, where when you complete the targets, it lights the special, but when you get the special, it goes out, and you got to do it again. So, as big of collector that I am, and my dad, you know, is, we're players at heart. My dad is a player first and a collector second, and that's how I am too. I enjoy.
I have made that comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have made that comment when I talk to people from these videos that I am a player first and a collector second.
Yeah.
It's been like that for me forever because I grew up very addicted to these games and playing these games at a very early age.
Right.
And never stopped my whole life. And don't want to tell my age, but
Yeah. For me, I've only played these pinball machines in in our home. Like, my parents had a pinball machine in like the 80s. It was a pretty baby. They still have it.
but it grew though, that pinball down in the basement when you were a kid, didn't? Your father was buying a lot more games, and you were playing
So
multiples of games.
He had Pretty Baby in the late 80s, and then it wasn't until the year 2000 where the next machine came in, and that's when it, you know, exploded.
Yeah,
But
these later games, like you said, Mike, they have so much in the sequence going on than some other Gottlieb wedge heads. The later 70s games were just a little bit more built for a player because there was more to shoot for, like a skill shot. Now, you didn't see that years ago when Gottlieb started with the wedge heads in 1961 or 60. All right, Mike, we're down to this big draw game here. There's so much...
is the lowest production wedge head that Gottlieb made, 125. Very lucky that I have this machine. Very fortunate. I love it. people say that it's not a good player, they are completely wrong. It is such a unique machine. If you open the hood of any machine, you're going to see things that are similar throughout, Gottlieb's progression. They put so much into this machine. The lights in the middle of the playfield, they advance. Each light corresponds to a different feature on the machine. So when the yellow's lit, it makes these holes worth more. It goes to the white, the lanes light up, and they increase in value. It goes to the green, this target lights up and increases the value. It goes to the red or purplish color, and the pop bumpers light up and go from 100 points to 1,000 points.
Wow.
So then it changes what you're designed to shoot for and go for. And then you build it all the way up for the last step, and that's special, and that rotates or alternates between the two holes.
Yeah.
Fun game. People might say it's not fun because they don't get to play it too often, but the fact that I'm fortunate enough and lucky, I love playing this game. And a testament to the fact that it's a fun game, all of my friends and family who aren't pinball people come over, this is the game they play. It draws them in, and people like it. And I ask them the same question each time, like, which machine was your favorite? TKO. 9 out of 10 times comes out of their mouth as their favorite machine.
Well, from your comments, I just could comment. I mean, no one really knows how good the game is until you own the game. And some games get a bad rap because people criticize or jealousy or whatever it might be towards the game. But we're fortunate to have Mike here explaining why the game is fun and on all of his games, and giving you an insight on somebody who has the game, loves the game, and it's in his collection and he's playing it a lot. So that's when you really know how good a game is. You can't play this game 10 times, 20 times. You have to put it in your collection, and you have to play it many, many times before you can comment and figure out how good a game is. It's the only way you really know. So all the nays against a certain game, it's people that don't have a game or played it once or played it 5 times.
Fun little tip about this specific machine. So Dave did 99 or 95% of the work on this. He did an amazing job. He got it from, I believe he said Shea. I think he got it from Shea. This arcade. The feature here, alternating targets, and it wasn't working correct. And it was, so me being a player first, I need to play the game 100%, and I need to beat it at its best.
I like that.
They have the schematic. I dug deep, hours.
I know.
Not sleep.
Right.
Lost.
Okay, so that's the other side of the hobby. We're getting into the hobby, talking about the hobby. It's not easy to have all these gorgeous, pristine, factory new games. You go through a lot of crisis to get.
So the fix, the factory soldered the wires in correct on the one unit, on the one relay.
Nice. Yep.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
So, but it, and then I did a little bit of work to it.
Fantastic. I mean, we're very privileged today to hear all about this 10-game collection here, which is probably, over time, Mike is going to see what he can do, maybe add a couple more from his dad's house. But he doesn't have to worry about that because he can just go down there and all the games are set up perfectly there. So we're down to the final 2 here.
So we'll start with Big Hit.
And really, this is one of my favorite.
I love it.
This is really one of my favorite players in the big series, the Big Flipper series.
This is one of my. This is all 3 favorite games for me.
Yeah,
I love baseball. Had to have this machine. Love length drop targets on this game. Love the length of the shot to get the drop targets in this machine. It was once again when Dave had this in his collection. I showed over his house buying another machine. He showed me this, and he said, "When you want it, it's yours.
There.
You let me know. And I said,
I know. Next day he was in there, fellas. Believe me, that's the way Mike he was there the next day. This is that's it works. I mean, you get one of them like this that can really, probably the best look. I have one big hits. Nice, but I mean, I have this here. It's just no, and the cool game, the edge razor, the corners, the are real sharp, coloring, everything that goes with. I mean, it's probably long that I don't even want to look at the meter inside the game. I know it's so low that I'll cringe when I see it. But yeah, beautiful game, Mike. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of mine. I love the game as a player.
It's such a good play.
We're missing like a shooter lane, aren't we, or something here?
Yeah, it's got the...
Oh, there it is. The ball is in the center of the apron here. It's the only game down here, and there's not many more games like this that Gottlieb manufactured, where the player just presses the, I guess it's the left flipper?
Right.
It is the right flipper. The right flipper, and this ejects the ball into the play field with no shooter lane. Here's a shooter lane here. The game is a little wider in the play field, and it has two big 3-inch flippers on top and two 3-inch flippers here. And I think there's only 3 games or 4 games that have 4 flippers that are 3 inches in size on both the top and the bottom of the game. I think Jack in the Box is the other one, and I'm not even sure off the top of my head, maybe 2. I don't know.
3-inch on the top and bottom. I think it's just these 2.
I just think Jack in the Box, and what's the other one? 2-player, 4-player.
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks and Big Hit. And Big Hit doesn't have a 4-player or a 2-player. It's a singular wedge head that they didn't make in a multiplayer game like this other one here. Last but not least, Fire Queen, the double. It's a 2-player.
Fire Queen. My dad's friend growing up, he had a. He still no, he got rid of it. He had a Vulcan. So we would go over to his house.
Vulcan's 4-player.
Vulcan's a 4-player.
Same game, everything the same. Nothing's changed.
Nothing changed.
Sequence is identical.
Yep. A 4-player would never fit down here, so I brought my 2-player over that I had found. Got this machine. So because I love playing his Vulcan, I always wanted a Fire Queen. The machine came from, I want to say it was Minnesota. I don't like shipping machines, but when I saw this playfield, I said, I'll take the risk. His backlash was not as good. Yep, yes, beautiful playfield.
Look at this
No
playfield.
zero kick out wear at the cup up there.
Wow. Look at the arch. Very, very small visibility of the arch back there. This is a gorgeous playfield.
So the backlash that was in the machine was an 8 out of 10. Before I had this machine, I had bought a NOS backlash from Steve Mayfair. So that's the NOS backlash in there.
Wow.
It is beautiful.
That is gorgeous. So Mike, I want to thank you for inviting me down. And a lot of the guys will start coming in shortly for the gathering.
So
Go ahead.
the machine that was originally over here in the tent